Hello and welcome back to another amazing video here at IXCLUSV. Today, we will be talking about how to save your first $10,000. First things first, I am not a financial advisor, and this is not financial advice. Now, let's go ahead and get started on the topic today. If you're looking to boost your savings and give yourself a challenge, saving $10,000 in a year is achievable with careful planning and dedication, even if you aren't a high-income earner. Here's a guide to saving $10,000 in 1 year and making yourself more financially secure in the long run. First, we are going to talk about the 6 steps to save $10,000 in a year. The first thing you need to do is you need to evaluate your income and expenses. To make room for saving, you'll need a meticulous budget that outlines all of your sources of income and your expenditures. You can use various digital tools, such as a budget, calculator, or budgeting apps to help track expenses, organize your budget, categories, and even get personalized recommendations on where to cut back on spending. Once you have a clear picture of how you spend money, you can begin to pinpoint areas for saving. Next, you'll need to make an actionable savings plan. A savings plan is a personalized roadmap that outlines how much money you will save regularly, where this money will be stored, and how it will grow over time. The goal of having a structured saving plan is to make saving money an integrated part of your daily finances, guiding your financial decisions. You'll want to determine how frequently you will be adding savings to an account. It's also important to have a savings account where your money can grow with high interest rate while being safely stashed away, such as a high yield savings account. Once you've established how often and where you'll be making savings contributions, consider setting up automatic transfers so that you can stick to your savings plan without the added legwork of making manual transfers. Most banks offer the option to automate your savings, either by selecting a specified amount to be transferred at regular intervals or a certain percentage to be transferred into savings from your paychecks. The third thing you'll need to do is, of course, cut unnecessary expenses. And before we dive into that, if you haven't already, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe to this channel, as well as click the notification bell icon to be notified on future uploads. Now, to save more, you'll have to be more strict with your spending. As you regularly revisit your budget, determine how much more you'll need to save each month than you already are. The extra savings will have to come from cutting expenses and boosting earnings. Ask some of the following questions to see where your spending could be reduced. Are there meals you could prepare at home rather than eating out? Are there recurring subscriptions like streaming services you no longer use that you could forego? Could you opt for public transportation instead of ride-hailing services occasionally? Are there any bills you can negotiate to get them lower? The fourth thing you want to do, which may be a no-brainer to most of you, is find ways to increase your income. If reducing expenses isn't producing the savings you need, it might be time to explore avenues for increasing your income. This could involve freelance work, side gigs, or selling unused items on an online marketplace. In some cases, you might also reconsider negotiating a salary raise or even a job switch to a higher paying role. The fifth thing you want to do, of course, is avoid new debt, right? As you work towards the $10,000 savings goal, it's critically important to avoid accruing new debt. Any debt, especially high interest ones like a credit card, can turn into longer term financial burdens, with an additional expense to factor in for meeting monthly payments and can impede your savings progress. The sixth thing that you'll want to do, of course, is invest wisely. Investing can be a helpful step in achieving your savings goal. While it does entail risk, you could consider instruments like stocks or mutual funds that can provide higher returns. Even if you're not well acquainted with the world of investing, though, you can boost your earnings through very low risk investments. High yield savings account and certificate of deposits, known as CDs, are offering attractive rates of returns in the current economic climate. You just have to do a bit of research to find the best accounts that offer high yields. I will, of course, be talking about high yield savings account as well as certificate of deposits on this channel. So, as I mentioned before, make sure to subscribe and click that notification bell so you'll be notified as soon as I release those videos. So, let's go ahead and do the math. So, first things first, a savings goal of $10,000 a year might initially seem overwhelming. To make the goal more manageable and less intimidating, it can be helpful to break it down into smaller chunks. That approach lets you measure your progress along the way and helps create more tangible goals. You might choose to break down this goal differently depending on your circumstances and income. For example, someone who gets paid weekly might find it beneficial to contribute a set amount to their savings every week, subtracting it from your paycheck. Here's roughly the amount you'll need to save at different intervals to reach the $10,000 savings target. If you're looking at it from a monthly standpoint, about $833 a month. Bi-weekly, that'll be about $385 a month, or my apologies, $385 every 2 weeks for those of you who get paid bi-weekly. If you would like to save weekly, that's about $192 a week. And for those of you who choose to go the daily route, that's generally about $28 a day. You can use one of the smaller numbers when establishing your budget or making a savings plan. Now, let's talk about some of the common mistakes to avoid when saving. Successfully navigating around common obstacles while saving can be the difference between reaching your financial goals and falling short. Here are some frequent mistakes and how you can avoid them. Not accounting for variable expenses. Irregular, but inevitable. Expenses are easy to overlook. They can include things like car maintenance, quarterly insurance payments, or holiday spending. To avoid this mistake, make a list of these expenses ahead of time and include a monthly portion of your budget to account for them. Not setting financial goals. Even though saving $10,000 in a year might be an overall goal, it's important to have an idea of what you're saving for specifically so you don't lose focus and motivation. Establish what you want that $10,000 to go towards. Maybe part of it will help pay for your emergency fund, while part goes to retirement, and the rest can help pay for your upcoming vacation. Becoming excessively cautious in spending. While frugality can be a good habit for saving, there's a point at which it becomes counterproductive, leading to stress and reduced quality of life. You don't need to eliminate all entertainment or self-care expenses. Instead, allocate a reasonable amount for personal enjoyment with an eye towards making sure it fits within your budget. Giving it to impulse purchases, impulse buying, making unplanned purchases based on a spur-of-the-moment temptation can seriously derail your savings plan. One way to avoid impulse purchases is to adopt the 24-hour rule. When you see something you're tempted to buy, wait 24 hours before purchasing. Often you'll find that impulsive desires to buy has passed. Not adjusting your budget over time. As your life changes, so too should your budget. Maybe you've received a raise at work or your rent has increased. Regularly revisit and revise your budget to account for these changes and ensure you're maximizing your income distribution. So the question now we have is, are you in? Now is your time to save your first $10,000, especially if you have nothing saved at all. So I do encourage you to review your expenses, take a look at your income, as well as how much you have saved. And if you have less than $10,000 saved, then now's the time to start working towards it. Thank you all for watching. If you did find this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe for more financial tips, and make sure to click that notification bell icon. Catch you all in the next video. Peace.